Number 3 is the man that truly want to succeed must have what I call people's management. People's management. What is people management? People's management, it talks about the ability to manage people. Ability to manage people. Do you have the ability to manage people? How well can you manage people? You see, people management is a key to success. You want to succeed in life, you want to succeed in the ministry, you want to succeed in business, you want to succeed even in that marriage. If you cannot manage the people around you, you cannot manage your spouse, you cannot manage your flocks in the ministry, you cannot manage your clients, you cannot manage your staffs, trust me, there is little you can achieve. You cannot do much. I've seen businesses, great visions and great dreams that started well and were making waves and were making impact, but they shut down within the shortest space of time because they could not manage their resources. Some of them could not manage their resources. Then some of them could not manage their staff. They could not manage their personnel. And some of them could not manage their clients. Men and brethren, one of the secrets of every successful business is, first of all, the ability to manage resources, the ability to manage personnel, which is your staff, then the ability to also manage your clients. It is very, very key. And one of the secrets in ministry, you see all these ministries, mega churches, mega ministries today that have survived for the past 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and are still standing. Men and brethren, they had a good structure. And without people's management in place, this structure would not have been in place. No matter how anointed a pastor is, no matter how anointed a minister of the gospel is, if you cannot manage the flocks that God has given to you, that ministry, that vision, that church is headed for destruction. There's a course I took in theology. It's called crisis management in ministry. Crisis management in ministry. Now, crisis management in ministry is, talks about how you manage crises when they come up in the ministry. And you see, you cannot manage crisis in the ministry if you cannot manage the people. People's management is the ability to manage people. How do you know a man that is on the path of success? How do you know a man that is ready to succeed? How do you know a man that has separated himself for success? How do you know a man that has distinguished himself for excellence in life? How do you know a man that is willing and ready to succeed in life? His ability to manage people. People's management. First of all, one of these things we're going to be looking at in people's management is the ability to entrust. Now, the question is this: why do I have to entrust, or why do I have to earn people's trust? Men and brethren, one of the secrets of these successful men in life, nobody can give you a contract if the person cannot trust you to deliver on the contract. Now the question is this: can you be trusted? Sir, ma, can you be trusted? First of all, can God trust you? Can that man trust you? Can that woman trust you? Men and brethren, all the people that God did great things with in the scriptures, they were men that God trusted. Because if God cannot trust you, he cannot entrust you with his blessing. If God cannot trust you, he cannot entrust you with his blessing. If God knows that he will give you this thing and this thing will be detrimental to his kingdom or to his people, God will not give it to you. Let me give you a very good example. Some people keep asking, is God not a partial God? Why is God this biased? God saw Jacob and Esau from the womb of their mother. Esau and Jacob, the Bible said that even while the mother took seed of them, they were always fighting. They were always wrestling in the womb. And you see, because their mother is a woman that had the wisdom of God, she's spiritually inclined. If your parents are spiritually inclined, you are blessed. Parents know things that children don't know. Parents know things that even outsiders don't know. Parents know things about their children that even their spouse don't know. You see, especially when they are parents that are spiritually inclined. The scripture said that when this woman was having this wrestling in her womb all the time, she became uncomfortable. She didn't know what was happening because this was strange. Could this be how women who are pregnant or who have twins in their belly, could this be what they have to carry, what they have to suffer? But she understood that this thing was not natural, it was beyond the natural. She understood that there was a spiritual undertone to this. So the Bible said that she went to seek the face of God. And he said, indeed, woman, you have 2 seeds in your womb. And he said, you are not just 2 seeds, he said, you have 2 nations in your womb. He said, you have 2 nations in your womb. And he said, these 2 nations you have in your womb, he said, one shall be greater than the other. And he said, but in this particular case, the younger one shall be greater than the elder one. He said, the elder one shall serve the younger one. And that is why you see that they are always wrestling in the womb. There's always a wrestling in the womb. And so the woman had an understanding of the prophecy by the man of God, and so the woman kept the pregnancy until the day of delivery. Now take note, before they were brought forth into the earth, delivered as twins, the scripture said that they wrestled in the womb. And now a situation, a circumstance had to occur that will bring to pass what the man of God has said from the very beginning. Esau was hungry on a particular day. When he came back, he was very hungry, and the only thing that was available was the pottage that the brother was making. And he said, please, I need to eat of this pottage. And the brother said, well, if I must give you of this pottage, I'll become your elder from today, you become the younger. I said, no problem, all I want is just to eat and satisfy me and be okay. You see, that event occurred. Now it occurred based on the fact that God sees the end from the beginning. He knows what is going to happen in the end. Now ask me, what would have happened if God had entrusted the blessing of Abraham to Esau? Have you ever asked yourself that question? He would have gambled with it the same way he gambled with his belly. Because he was hungry, he could not manage his hunger. The scripture said he sold his own birthright because of hunger, because of his belly. So God knows that he is somebody who can do anything for his belly. And so he knows that if I should entrust this young man with my blessing, with the blessing of Abraham, he will trade it tomorrow. So he was not qualified for the blessing. Yes, he wasn't qualified. Esau could not have been qualified for the blessing. A man who traded his own destiny, his own birthright for a pot of pottage. Imagine God giving him a generational blessing. You see, because the blessing that was transferred to Jacob was a generational blessing that was transferred from Abraham to Isaac, then Isaac to Jacob. And the Bible said that when Isaac was now old, Isaac did not have understanding of the prophecy that the wife had of those twins. He did not have the understanding that he had. So Isaac now was operating based on, okay, you know what, I'm about to go. Called on the first son. He said, go and fetch me this. I want to eat so that I can bless you before I go. You see, the scripture says that the mother of Esau and Jacob knew what was about to happen, that Isaac was about to transfer the generational blessing to Esau. And Esau would have been a wrong carrier of the blessing. Esau would have been a wrong carrier of the blessing.